p.m. Time for the Judge Podcast. It's the Judge, the legend. Let's have blast. We talking sports, politics, current events. We gonna be live, so let it make sense. It's the Judge Podcast. Let's go. The Judge Podcast. Let's go. Wednesday at 2 p.m. Let's go. Hosted by the Judge and the legend. Let's go.
Oh yeah, all right. We back, and we're gonna have a great show today. It's a privilege to be here, man. Thanking God for this Wednesday, February 25th. Give it up to all the Pisces and all the February Aquarius, baby. Yeah, I just had my birthday. Went to the fight.
It's the Judge Podcast. Let's go. Wednesday by the Judge and the Let's go.
Colin on the show. Taylor Collections. My Cody brother. PMCL in the house. 1986, man.
Yes, sir.
Bringing it live.
Yes, sir.
Man, welcome to the show, man.
Oh, man, thanks for having me, man. PSL for life, baby. Let's go.
Man, give it up
Yes,
to
sir.
Detroit Public Schools.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Tell us, everybody, tell the fans how you grew up. Give us some
Let's
stories.
go.
You an athlete as
Let's
well.
go.
Give us a little background.
So, yeah, man. So, you know what, man? Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate this, man. And
Let's
being
go.
out here with somebody that you looked up to even before you
Wednesday
knew
at
them.
2
Toronto,
p.m.
I knew well before
Let's
he
go.
actually knew me when, you know,
Let's
we
go.
would hear this dude that was averaging
Hosted by the Judge and the legend.
44 points
Let's
a
go.
game without the three-pointer.
Let's
Like,
go.
What the hell is this? So they would tell me,
Let's go.
like before the three-pointer,
Let's
they had
go.
the long ass socks on and it was shit.
Let's go.
And I knew
Hosted
him because I come from Southwest
by the
Detroit.
Judge
People
and the
thought that I
legend.
grew up in the cold
Let's
area,
go.
but I was
Let's
actually born
go.
and raised over on the Boulevard 1 area, Bangor 1.
Let's
man.
go.
And
Give it up to
Yeah.
Bangor One.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Give it up
Let's
to
go.
Southwest Detroit, man.
It's the Judge Podcast.
And while it was
Let's
you know,
go.
what many would call a rough area, it was the school of, I like to say, hard knocks, man. It was the school of hard knocks. And you
Hosted by the Judge
learn
and the
some very
legend.
valuable lessons.
Let's
many,
go.
Many of which I still, hold dear to my heart, and I move by those rules and regulations that I
Let's
learned when I
go.
was in that area. So, shout out to that area, man.
Let's
so
go.
I was bused
By the
over
Judge
to
and the legend.
McKinstry and to Earhart.
Let's go.
Earhart Middle School. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
So,
go. Hosted by the Judge and the
he was
legend.
there with me. Me and T
Let's
went to
go.
Earhart together.
Let's go.
Great player that played with me,
Let's
Come on,
go.
man. Yeah, for sure.
JD.
A lot of 'em. And I was just telling you before we got on air that I didn't realize, some of the great guys that were around that area until I got a little bit older. But I would notice that every other day, a really nice car, and more times than not, a white guy would get out of the car and go
Let's
into my
go.
neighbor's house with
Let's
a polo
go.
on. I'm like, who are these people? The guy next door must be getting in trouble a lot. And lo and behold, man, it's my man Greg Washington, who was
Give it up to G.Y.
G. Wash was my neighbor for years, man. And I knew that, he was a big dude, but I didn't know he was that beast of an athlete, man. Basketball and football at the University of Michigan.
Man, he was a great athlete. I came in as a freshman, man, and everybody's talking about Greg Washington in high school. I was like, who is this guy, man? I was scared of that guy as a freshman, man. He was a junior, man. He was a beast, man.
Man amongst boys, man. He was a big
All-American
dude.
football and
And basketball,
player.
yep,
Give
yep.
it up to him for one more time.
Yes, sir.
Greg Washington, G.Y.
I mean, you think about that, how do you go to Michigan for football and basketball? You know what I mean?
For both sports.
For both sports. And
You have
play
to be
both of them.
and play both. You have to be very good to do that.
So, man, under bow.
Yeah,
On the bow. So I realized that, but then I also realized some of the other guys from that area, Keith Taylor. Keith Taylor was
Give it
a
up to
problem.
KT.
Yeah, KT.
My point guard.
Yeah,
Showed
man.
me how to shake it, bake it.
Yeah, had the wiggle.
I had to
Can put it
wiggle,
up. I mean,
boy.
and if I don't know if memory serves me correctly or not, but I believe when he went to college, man, he was one of the top scorers in the country.
Yes, he was. Him and
Yeah.
Leslie Rockymore.
Yep.
And he went to Bowling Green. And he's now a retired chef. Give it up to Keith one more time.
Yeah, man.
Retired sheriff, Detroit.
Oh wow! And
Wayne County
then I'd be
Sheriff.
remiss if I didn't mention who I thought he was about 6'5", maybe even 6'6", but about 6'5", could shoot it. The Goss boy, Larry Goss, man. I liked Larry.
Goss.
I liked his game. He was tough, man. Could shoot it. Was
my
long.
God, man.
All the Gosses thought they had a lot of game, but I thought Larry was the best one.
Wow, you bringing
Yeah.
back a lot of
Yeah,
memories,
man.
I mean, it's some great players.
Yeah.
The PSL
Was crazy.
was so tough back then. You talking about McKenzie. You talking about Cody.
Yep.
Vernon Carr.
Oh God! So imagine this.
Ziegler, Rodney Hurd.
All those guys, man. All those guys could play.
Give it up to him, man.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
of them.
Hey, look, and probably, arguably, one of the because I love Vern. Arguably, one of the best to come out of there was Tobias Mitchell, man. He just had,
give it
he
up
just
to
couldn't get it
TB.
right. Woo!
Man.
Tobias Mitchell was a problem.
Me coming through high school, Tobias Mitchell was the best high school guard that I played against.
Man, listen, I tell people all the time he was one of the
was
best
the-
I
yeah.
saw as a high school guy, period. Because I saw him play pros, and sometimes you couldn't tell who was the high school guy, who was the pro guy.
Yeah,
That's how good he was, and he just, them streets, he couldn't let it go.
He couldn't let the streets go, but that's my brother. They say he was like Curtis Jones. I had never actually had a chance to see Kurt play, but handling the ball, yo-yo.
On a yo-yo, and he played D. And here's the thing: I don't know why him and Vern didn't get along. But Vern, from what I understood, they couldn't stand each other. But Vern, to me, I thought Vern was like, Vern was Paul Pierce before Paul Pierce to me.
Man,
The way he
Vern
could score the
was
ball.
awesome.
Golly, he could do everything, but then Tobias, it was just so smooth. I'm like, yo. And he would do it against dudes. He'd go to McKenzie, do it
Yeah.
against them, behind the back, shooting threes from where Steph shoot them, and then at halftime get arrested at half court. So the police.
He had played a great game against us at Cody. And then we go to Southwestern and we battling. I come out at halftime, I want to hand it up. I look up, Tobias is sitting in the audience. I go up, I say, what's going on? He say, man, I quit, I'm done with them. He was mad.
Yeah, dude.
He was mad. I don't know what the situation was, but he said, I'm done. I ain't playing no more today.
He was a tough one. He was tough to contain, man. Tough to maintain, man. But a good dude.
He's a great guy.
Great dude, man.
Great
He
dude,
just
man.
that streets, he couldn't let it go. And I would hear coaches tell him, Tobias, please just calm it down, and you will get everything that your heart desires in terms of for money. So
Yeah.
but he couldn't let it go, man.
He couldn't let it go. Man. Stuff was so bad back then.
Yeah, it was rough.
In the 80s, man, drugs and stuff. And, for kids to overcome that in the city was tough.
Man, rough. And so like I said, I came from the Boulevard 1 area, and we moved over to Cody. Cody had 4,000 students in it back then. And for me to 4,000, like a little college.
Give it up to Cody, Detroit
man.
Cody. Still running, still doing it, baby.
So for me to walk into that school and not know anybody it was daunting, but I was comfortable in uncomfortable situations as a young man. And I would see things, man, I'm like, man, these dudes are really on some other stuff over here. But then when I made that team, when I finally made that team, because I got cut my freshman year, they didn't know me. I didn't come from Brooks and all that, so they didn't know me, so they cut me.
Right.
And then one day I'm hooping in the backyard with my boy, and he lived down the street from a coach. He said, son, what school you go to? I said, Cody. He said, why are you not on my team? I said, because you cut me. And he put me on his team. And I was on the squad, man. Then I became the captain, and I was there for a while.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, every school that we played, literally, we go over to Chassis and y'all see Gore. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this dude Gore, this dude was a problem.
Gore. Give it up to Meach, man.
Man, come on. And then you go to McKenzie and they had Bent and Big D and Jesus Christ, Doug and all those guys. And then, obviously, Southwestern.
Yeah.
I have a trivia question I like to throw at people, and people don't know this. And I had an affinity towards Southwestern because I was a Southwest kid. I would have either been Western or Southwestern.
Southwestern, right.
And in 1986, first of all, for a school to have 3 college guys, that's a good team. If you got 3 dudes that go to college, get a scholarship, it's a good squad. You might know this, but I don't think you do. How many scholarships do you think P-Dub got on that 1986 team? Out of 15 players, how many scholarships do you think P-Dub got?
Probably 15. Give it up to Perry Watson.
So look, you the first person to get close. He got 16. The person who was, I guess y'all call him manager, got him a scholarship, ended up being the president of Marriott. Did you know that?
Man,
that's
Perry
amazing.
Watson.
T. Will told me that, man, I lost my man. I said, you what? Then he started naming the guys. Yeah. Clyburn and obviously T. Will. And then obviously Hunt. Man. All them dudes. Wise, Stevie Wise and all them guys. I'm like,
my boy Tim Hamlin. Everybody, man. Everybody.
Big Cleveland State, my man, big fella. Yo, P. Dub was a beast, man. He was a machine with what he had.
That's why, man, it's not that I say he's the greatest coach because of his coaching. It's because of the person that he is and the man that he is. When you get every kid in school, man, and
think about that.
It ain't just the 1986.
Yeah, I know. I just know that one. But yeah, for sure, he was getting a whole bunch of guys in school.
He been doing this since I came.
That's bananas.
And he gets all the guys in school, whether it's junior college, NAIA, Division 3, 2, or 1. Hey, you can go get your education and become somebody who you want to become.
Come on, man. You can only take one, Twan. You can only take one. You only need one. And he was doing that. So every time I see him, I give him love and say, P, you was the man. But here's the thing. I didn't know that him and Menifee was so close because Menifee's my man. I didn't know that they were lock and key.
Man,
I did not know that.
My man.
That's my man.
They like that.
They like that, man.
That's why I couldn't understand why Tobias went up in the audience. I'm like, we together all the time.
Yeah, man.
You know, Menifee and Perry and me, you and Vernon, us, we together all the time. What's the problem?
What's the problem?
But like you said, I guess they got to arguing
in the locker room
at halftime. He was like, screw y'all.
Yeah.
I ain't playing no more today.
Him and Vernon, I heard they got in a couple of fights in the locker room.
Oh, wow.
And they had another person on that team was a draft pick, an NFL draft pick, Derek Beasley. Who jump out the gym and hit like a maniac.
I forgot Bees.
Bees was on
Give
that team.
Up to DB.
DB, yeah. Big old neck, man. Jump out the gym.
Yeah,
but every single team had D1s and just had a program. I mean, there was no easy wins in the PSL back then, man.
Not
one.
All,
even
man.
when you went to what we call the suburbs, you come up to Romney's, you got Terry Mills and them dudes. Go up there and play Mark Macon and them guys. You're like, Jesus. Everybody has. We're not even talking about the Flint dudes, because I know all of them guys too. Yeah. But they all had whips, and that's when hoop was a problem back then, man.
Hoop was a problem.
Yep.
And you came out in 86.
86,
with a phenomenal host of great players.
Man, I could think
Derek Coleman.
Number 1 lottery pick. Willie Burton, lottery. Doug Smith, lottery. Terry Mills, lottery. I'm like, and then guess what? We had all them big dudes at Cody because I was deemed as this rough and tough kid. Guess who played in the hole? My ass. Down there messing around with them big old dudes, man.
You couldn't
man, look, I couldn't
bang with them.
I couldn't wait to get to my natural position.
Right,
6'9", 6'10", dunking those dudes.
Oh my God.
No, but it was a good time, man. But man, if you put that press on and that was my thing. I wanted to press and get up and down.
Yeah, that's what Perry did, man, because I played center for you.
Yeah, man.
I wish, I pray I could have played with somebody like T. Mills, Derek Coleman, Carlos, Doug Smith. I wish and prayed I could have had one of them.
That would have been. Hey, look, you probably wouldn't have had as many shots, but you would have still shot some. But you'd have had a big dude like that. That would have been
man. Yes, man. That'd have freed me up.
Freed you up a little bit.
I might have got more shots.
Probably. Your big was aggressive down there.
Yeah, he got the rebound and threw it to me.
Yeah, man. But so the coaches. We talk about P-Dub and Menifee. You never know who's watching and what they're paying attention to. Because I was that little boy, man, I ain't had no dad in the crib, and I'm watching guys like that. I watched P-Dub when he got the sweet shorts for y'all over there. I'm watching Menifee when we had us selling candy, teaching me entrepreneurship, and my coaches coming who didn't work in the building, they had on suits and cufflinks. I'm like, yo, I don't know what they do, but I want to dress like that. And it stuck.
Yeah.
And it stuck. They had me running 1,000,000 sprints, but I'm looking at what he got on. He got a trench coat on. He got a suit on, a DB suit. I don't know what he do, but I want to dress like that. And that stuck, Twan. That stuck with me, and it just manifested. Yeah.
For being a great leader.
Oh, great leader. Love him, man. Love him to death. Yeah.
Man, he has. I look at you and your success. I look at Coach Ziegler, who's coaching college ball right now.
Killing it.
All his kids. I look at Rodney Hurd, who's presently coaching, and not coaching, but working in the NBA.
For years, yeah.
Yeah, for over 20, 30 years. I look at all the things, man, and even Rodney talked about, like you talking about, not having a dad at home. When you look at a coach, man, a coach is more than a coach.
All day, man. Sometimes he's a father, uncle, depending on his age, big bro. All of those things, and you don't realize it, and you don't realize the impact it can have on your life when you don't have that male figure in the house.
Yeah.
And it can calm you down, because I was on edge, because I had to play the tough road coming from where I came from, walking to this new situation, and I wasn't going to let you take anything from me, and that was my... but I was maybe a little bit too close to the edge, but they would pull me back and put me back in their way. Coach Eddie and all those guys. And to this day, I still communicate with all of them, because those are the guys that had me focused and locked in. And I knew that I just wanted to be, I didn't know exactly how, but I knew I wanted to be successful at something. So
Coach Eddie, that's my guy.
That's my man, dude.
I was just with him a week ago. They had a tournament at Warren, Lincoln, and I was there with him, man.
His grandsons, those twins, man, they problems.
What?
Yeah, ninth graders doing it.
Boys gonna be bad.
They tough, man. Yeah,
I saw them, man. Ninth graders,
Yeah,
those boys gonna be bad, man.
Yeah, so it's just, I love the coaching thing. I love the idea of getting people in school, and a lot of people don't know this, but man, I've been getting guys in school for years. I have 63 scholarships to date, and here's why I did it: because of P-Dub, because of Menifee, because I heard that. Yeah, I love getting full rides, and like you said earlier, don't have to be D1. Everybody ain't gonna be Twan and Judge and all that, but there's D1, there's D2, there's NAI, there's HBCUs, there's JUCO. You just need an opportunity, and I love it, and I'm super passionate about it. So I work hard to get young brothers in school that aren't heavily recruited, because I have relationships with coaches around the school. So yeah, man, I love that.
It's so great, man. It warms your heart, man. I coached college 17 years.
Yep.
I could have coached at a higher level, but I coached junior college because those kids need like a second chance.
That's right.
Whether it was not having enough education, whether it was lack of ability for our sports. They needed the second chance to get there, to get that degree and get that education.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, the ball's going to stop bouncing.
For everybody.
But
I was talking to a mutual friend of ours today, and he said, man, Monty, look, man, 99% of all of us that hoop end up in the stands. So listen, man, hoop, have fun with it, have some cool stories.
That's it.
And do some other things with it, because it teaches you life lessons that will stay with you forever.
Like we're talking
come
right
on, man.
now, man.
Come
like
on, man.
You're blessing others, man.
All day. That's my thing.
God is blessing you,
100%.
Give it up to him for that.
Oh, man, that's my thing, man. I love it. And I pay attention to these superheroes in the city. We talk about the T. Wills, we talk about the Wards, and I can name DC, all these guys. Man, at my dream, and they know I talk like this, I want to come back here, buy a couple of gyms, man, and have those dudes have access to it and save some kids and have them be able to work kids out and train them. And that's my dream. That's what I want to do, because these guys are doing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now, man. I'm working down at the Considine, and we're trying to bring stuff back for the youth over in that area, man.
Yeah, man.
and in the community because kids don't have stuff to do anymore. All they do is play PlayStation.
Yep.
All that stuff and not getting out, being active, exercising.
Yep.
Like they should. You know?
My wife, she trips out every time I'm riding. If the weather's nice and I'm riding down the street and I see an empty hoop and it's nice and they got nets, I'm like, yo, there's no kids. And she says every time to me, that trips you out, huh? I said, babe, you got to understand. When I grew up, you didn't ride past a park that had a nice hoop with smooth cement and nobody was on it. In fact, Twan, when you go to those courts back in the day, it's tough to get on to the court, especially the big boy here. It's tough to get on to the court.
Man.
Come on, man.
Hey, you lose, you might be there 2-3 hours.
Yeah, before you get back on. So it just blows me away, man. These kids not out here doing things that can make them, number one, better. Number two, socialize better. Yeah. And number three, learn those tough lessons you got to learn to be, to be physical, to be tough, to be aggressive, to learn how to navigate through tough situations. I don't understand it, but we're gonna figure out how to get these boys back outside in the gym, man. They have to be.
Yeah, man, trying to make it safe for them,
Yeah.
Because they not like us, and there may be one fight at the court and it's over. These guys want to shoot each other.
They want to shoot it up.
And we got to get the violence and the guns out of here.
Yeah, man.
Violence and guns got to go, man.
Yeah.
And bring back love, man. And be competitive. Nothing wrong with being competitive.
You can bump and grind, do all of that.
All that.
Yeah.
But you don't have to fight for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to preach and work on, man. And when you left high school, you had a great high school career. You came through a tough class.
Yeah, man.
Like you say,
4,000.
4,000. And then you had 4 pros.
Yeah, man. They were in there.
Top of the class pros.
Yeah. And I'm missing some. I just named those guys.
Yeah,
There was a whole bunch more.
Man,
a whole bunch more, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, because Rich Hunter was over there at Western with a lot of guys that could do some things.
That
but
could play, man.
But it put a lot in me. T. Will, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
You got guys that can play. Lauren Clyburn.
Man, Lauren was
went
a problem.
To Purdue.
Yep, Purdue.
You got all kind of guys. I know, man. So you came through a tough class.
Yeah.
But you went to college and stuff. Tell us about college.
So here's the thing. About a lot of people don't know. So I went to a little small school in West Virginia out of high school on a basketball scholarship. But then I got up there, and my best friend ended up going to, I want to say, either Florida A&M, one of the HBCUs. He flunked out first semester and convinced me to leave with him to go to the Marine Corps after first semester. I go to the Marine Corps with him on the buddy program, and that's how I got into the Marine Corps. But I had in my head, I said, I'm going to go to the Marine Corps, live over in Japan, and make the All-Marine basketball team. I didn't have any idea how it was going to happen. 1 year later, I was living in Japan, and I was on the All-Marine basketball team.
Give it up.
Yep. I was in the gym playing, and they had a tryout, and probably 200 people in the gym. And this coach, this guy who was a gunnery sergeant, I said, son, how old are you? And I told him I was 18 years old. He said, you should be in college. You ever thought about college? I said, yeah. I made that team, and a year later, I got out. I had a 4-year enlistment. I got out in like 3 and some change because they had schools recruit me as it was my prep school.
Right.
So it was my prep school. So now I'm ready. I'm playing my natural position. I got recruited by some schools, and I went to school in South Dakota, and that's where I played and got my grad degree.
Yeah, South Dakota.
Yeah,
man.
South Dakota. Went up that way, and there was a lot of good hoop up there. Yeah, man. We had guys from Chicago, Detroit, L.A. My big fella was 6'10", came from Oregon, and he had a heart murmur, but they didn't want to take the chance on him. But woof, he was Rasheed Wallace.
He was
back
doing
then,
it.
doing it. But they had dudes up there at South Dakota State, University of South Dakota that were tough. Went to the Boston Celtics, this one guy. But he was murdering them dudes, man. And we had guards that came from different places. Shake, who's an NBA agent with Priority Sports, 6'4" point guard. So we had some good hoop up there, man.
Yeah.
It was real good hoop.
A lot of people don't know about it.
A lot of people don't know, man. They down there hooping. So I was hanging in South Dakota, Minnesota, Nebraska, Wyoming, kicking it in that area. They had a great time. Yeah, so that's how I got to school, and that's how I got my grad degree. And that's how I ended up really leaning into this fashion thing, because when I was in the Marine Corps, I was making things for myself at all the different places I would go.
Right.
Because I didn't know. I knew I wanted to be in fashion, but I didn't draw or sew. So I would go to these little pop-up shops and make things, see some fabric, make me a shirt, do this, do that. not knowing I'm designing. So I had this cool wardrobe. So now I get out to go to college, out of Marine Corps early, go to college. Now people are saying, yo, where you get that from? I'm using my hookup overseas to make things for people, so it's like a hobby.
Right.
And then I come back home to teach with one of my old teachers who taught at Cody, Mr. Woodhouse. Shout out to Mr. Woodhouse.
Give it up to Mr. Woodhouse.
And he was assistant principal at Persian at that time. Then he got his own school, Frederick Douglass. And that's when I came home and taught with him at Frederick Douglass. He opened it. Fred D.
He opened Fred D?
He was the first principal at Frederick Douglass. Yeah, and I taught with him. And that was how I got into the industry. Yeah, and that's how I got in the industry, man. And I was like, you know what? I left teaching, went into pharmaceutical sales, ended up at Pfizer Pharmaceuticals, started making a little money.
I remember.
Yeah, started making a little money, and I had this little blue pill that got launched. And I was the #1 rep in America with Viagra. And
Number one
in
rep.
America with Viagra, man. And
I remember that.
when I talked to, when I told my homies I'd been promoted 3 times, I was doing great, but I had this thing, man, that little voice in my head, which lets you know that little voice is real. If you hear that voice tell you do some things that's positive and step out on faith, do it.
That's right. You're absolutely
And
right.
I said, you know what, man, I'm gonna try this thing. And I told my boss I was gonna quit that job, and he thought I was insane. He was looking at me, great boss too, by the way. He was looking at me like, you gonna quit, bro? You #1 in America, you making all this money, you doing this, you don't have to work real hard.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Twan, I went to the Magic Show, Las Vegas in 2003. Steve Harvey was launching his line right down the hall. I went with 4 of my homies that could fit my suits, 1 rolling rack, 15 suits, and we sold $1 million in 3 days. Just little stores across the country.
$1 million?
In 3 days. But don't get too excited because we ain't shipped none of it. I didn't know what was gonna happen, and I didn't know how to produce it to sell it to the people. I just went, didn't know how to price it, was writing orders.
Right,
And-
writing up the order.
Writing up the order,
get it
then-
made and
Yeah,
shit.
then you have to get it made and ship it and find out who has the credit, who's credit worthy, that type of thing. I just wanted to see what was gonna happen. I had the money to do it, and I did it. And like,
Right.
yo. And then I met Steve Harvey at that show. He fell in love with what I was doing, introduced me to the guys that were doing his line. And then I found out that they had this big giant booth. They had Steve. They had about 15, 20 people that worked in the booth. And they had sold like 1.1. And I'm thinking, yo, that means, we got something here.
Yeah.
He introduced me to those guys. They ended up ultimately doing a deal with me. And that's how we got into the industry. Yeah.
Man, give it up to him for that. Steve
Yeah, man.
Harvey.
Steve, when I see him, I want to let Steve know, because he's always been a good brother to me.
Yeah.
He didn't have to come down that booth. He didn't have to talk to me. But when people start talking bad about Steve, man, I always say, man, listen, you can't say nothing bad to me about him, because I know what the brother did for me, and I know he does some other things for other people. He's a good dude and always looks out for cats. So,
Hey, we all fall short. We all make mistakes.
100%. Yeah.
Don't mean you're a bad person.
100%.
Just make a mistake.
Yeah, man.
You know.
I know what he did for me.
Yeah,
He helped me.
man.
But yeah, man.
And your clothing line is great.
Woo!
He put
Oh,
you in
man.
the fashion. Let's put some of that on. Let's brag about some of the Taylor collection.
Tayon with a Y. It looks like an L sometimes, so some people call it Taylon, but it's actually Tayon. That's my middle name.
Tayon.
So it's Monty Tayon Holland. That's my actual middle
Yeah,
name.
I know, with a Y.
Yeah, it was a Y. So we got our bones by selling specialty stores, meaning mom and pop guys, the Broadways, Van Dykes of the world, the City Warehouses of the world around the country. And that's when it really took off, man. It was in the hottest stores in all the major cities around the country. And we were getting guys who were used to, whether it be a celebrity, an athlete, a mega pastor, used to getting custom, were going to stores and buying our product, because it was where custom meets ready to wear. So yeah, man, it had all the bells and whistles.
ATL magazine.
That's ATL magazine. I got to cover it out a while back.
Wow.
And
man.
yeah, it was interesting. And that's my man D Blanks. That's MR magazine.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
your magazine. Wow.
So yeah, we did a few. We've done quite a few magazines. We just did Our magazine recently. Beautiful Machine magazine recently. I think I'm going on the news tomorrow. We just were honored in New York a couple of weeks ago at Herald Square. The most iconic window in America is the windows on 34th Street in Times Square, and we're in that window right now today.
Wow.
For a month. We're in that window right now. And then if you go in the store, we're on the 5th floor, man, of the most iconic property, Macy's in Herald Square. That was a big deal. So I was doing an interview when I was in New York, and it just rolled off my tongue. And I said, I'm going to put that up. I said, man, and this is a full circle moment, because I come from the number streets of Detroit. To come all the way to the number streets in New York is a full circle moment. So 34th Street, New York, man. It was a big deal.
I like
Yeah.
34th Street.
Yeah. So it was a big deal.
I definitely got a question because a lot of people who be saying that they have a brand and they're working on a clothing line don't
Yeah.
know how much work is really to put into
For
clothing
sure.
line.
Yeah.
And me and Jared were just talking on something. You need to have focus on when you come out of clothing. Start off
Yeah.
with one item. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And make that blow up. I mean, to where everybody in the city or state is wearing it. Right.
Right.
Fortunately for you though, you had great personality, and I seen you maneuver.
Yeah, you saw me moving.
I seen you maneuver, and I seen you was picking up decent looking guys too.
Mm-hmm.
And you wasn't just going for the light skin, you was going for the dark skin brothers. And you too was a model for your own collection, right?
Well, not so much a model, but I don't charge myself much, so I put it on, and I try to stay in shape so I can hang a suit. So I don't call myself a model. I just could wear it, and I knew I would represent it properly.
Definitely.
But what I was looking for was guys that can hang the suit and that can represent the brand.
Yeah.
So the first thing first, no matter what you have on, you are a brand. You have to protect your brand at all costs.
Definitely.
Meaning, you can't go around slapping people. You can't go around talking crazy. You can't be out drunk. As many times as you see me out hanging out, come on, you've never seen me, intoxicated or acting a fool.
Yeah.
That's just how you have to represent yourself.
You have to control
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had to learn at an early age, Ben. I think you were probably the #1 recruiter player in the country, but certainly out of Michigan.
Yeah.
So think about the lessons you learned on how you had to represent yourself.
Always.
You
Yeah.
won't remember something, but I remember this. I remember the news cameras were following you around when you were going to play rec.
Yeah.
You came to Rouge Park one time. See, you don't even remember this. You
Yeah.
came to
I
Rouge
remember.
one time, and the news was with them.
Yeah.
The dudes wanted to come there. They want Pat and those guys. Like, yeah, Quan, I want to come back because Pat could jump out the gym, but he couldn't
Right.
play like you, but he could jump out the gym.
Yeah.
But the news was there, but you had to always be contained. You had to always be disciplined
That's
and
right.
control yourself. I didn't learn that until later on in life. Like, you have to always protect your brand. But the discipline you spoke of, you have to be disciplined, you have to be persistent, and you have to be passionate about what you are going after.
Yeah, most definitely. And so when people, they be surprised that you're from Detroit, though, don't they?
A lot of times, man. Some people don't even know that I still live here. One,
Right.
and so they ask me, "So how long you in town?" And I say,
Right.
"Man, I've been in town for a couple of days."
Yeah,
It's true because
right,
I'm leaving
right,
again.
right.
But then when I go to other places around the world,
Right.
they'll ask me things like, "So why do you live in Detroit?" And I find myself in these heated back and forths, like, "Oh man, you need to understand Detroit is a sexy city, man, and it's hot." And Detroit is a leader, best in class in so many things that people don't really get. Music, automobiles, fashion. Now, we are
Hair.
hard on ourselves,
Yeah.
but we really are, best in class in a lot of different things. And
hair and nails.
and hair and nails, my bad. Hair and nails as well.
And
we really
furs.
are.
fur-
And the meat
and
man.
furs. I know because you had one when you was 13.
Yeah. People don't realize that, man. People don't realize. So, but I have to tell them, and I let them know that this aesthetic that is resonating as the top growing brand in the country right now is a Detroit influence, very much. It's 1920s, 30s. It's Gatsby, it's Motown, and it's the Detroit flavor from all those different years that make up what Tayon is, and it's resonating. And Macy's had no idea that this type of look could really be something that
That they can eat. That everybody can eat off.
that everybody can eat off of, and they're eating. And we are up 12x over the last 5 years. And while the market itself, the suit world is down about 4.5%, we're up about 47% year over year,
That's what's up.
which is crazy.
Have you ever?
Wow, give it up to him for that.
Yeah,
That's keeping the designs and the brands going.
keeping it hot. Yeah,
Have you ever felt like giving up?
never. Even when times was rough and the stuff that we don't talk about. When those guys literally, I'm not talking figuratively, stole millions. I'm gonna emphasize that S. Stole millions. So imagine this. Imagine being 6'3", 235, Detroit-born, Marine Corps trained, Cody bred,
Right.
Number Street,
Right.
raised,
Right.
knowing where he at, got to see him at a show, know he's taking millions from you, you can't do nothing crazy. So I say it kind of like a joke, but I'm dead serious.
I know.
There was many times where I didn't feel like giving up, but I felt like addressing it the way we were used to addressing things
Right.
back in the day. But I didn't,
Right.
and thank
Right.
God I didn't, because you have to be professional on a level that you never thought you could in order to keep going. And everybody that stole from me, I'm bigger than now. Literally.
There you
And
go.
that's because God put you in front of him. You let it go.
Woo!
Like, give it up to God.
Give it up to God. Yeah, give it up to God, Twine. Woo-wee. But sometimes, man, hey, Twine, sometimes, man, thank God, man,
Thank God.
woo-wee.
Thank God.
Brother.
Hey, he gave you the patience of the boys to not to bring that street out that we got in there.
Oh,
to
boy.
let them go, baby. Let them go.
Hey, man.
Hey, you
But
know
I will
what
say
I'm
this.
saying?
I'll say this. I do believe that there, as a Marine, there is a certain amount of grab and shake that that works.
All right.
Being a military guy, that's what the military is there for, to protect
Exactly.
and serve, and sometimes to shake things up. I'm glad I didn't do it because you know that can lead to some things that's not good for business, and I'm so
Yeah.
glad I never did.
Because that's a business thing,
Yeah.
you know, and that ain't
Yeah.
personal, you know, you take it as business.
But sometimes you take it personal when people do it and they can look
Yeah.
you right in your face and you just take it personal. But you shouldn't.
Right.
And you have to be disciplined. Back to your point, you have to be disciplined, not just disciplined to stick to it, but disciplined to not do something that your natural instinct says do.
Right.
You know what I mean? I tell people all the time, man, just don't, I used to tell people all the time, I smile, I wear a suit, but you shouldn't let that fool you because I'm really from where I'm from.
Right.
But now I just stay the heck away from it. But there were times, man, whew.
Yeah, you was coming through it.
Man, listen.
Because you were on your way up, they try to knock you
They're
down.
trying to keep you from getting there, and now
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Imagine you are 7-Eleven, you got this freezer, and you got Coke, Pepsi, Gatorade, Mountain Dew in it, and
Yeah.
that's your go-to. And this new flavor comes up, and everybody loving it. Man, this is delicious. 7-Eleven get excited. They want to put it right here, right in the middle.
Right.
Guess what's going to happen? Coke, Pepsi, Gatorade.
They gonna
gonna
block
say,
it.
They're going to say, yo, 7-Eleven, I don't know what this flavor is, but I don't care who they are. You've been rocking with me for all these years. If you put them in there at all, they better be at the bottom.
Right.
Don't you put them right there.
Don't put them in front of me.
Very similar situation with what we have right now because we are literally taking space on the floor, and when something come in, something got to go out. So there's some people out there that don't want us to get to where we're going because we're not stopping.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and I'm so glad that I come from where I come from because that's the only mentality that I have. We're not stopping.
Only mentality.
Yeah.
It's not you.
Yeah.
Now you got your own store.
So I have a warehouse. It's a warehouse that people want to make into a store.
Yeah.
So I have a warehouse that has things in it that are not sold in any store, so it's exclusive. And it was for stores to come to, not the big stores, not Macy's, but specialty stores can come
Right.
by 20, 30 pieces type of thing.
Right.
And we do that, but then there's people that want exclusive things, and I
And
know
you do
everybody.
that too.
They come and they set appointments, and I'll go over and I hook them up. But you know what I use it for mostly? Mostly I use it to bless people, for guys who I want to dress for movies, for television shows, young people who are doing great in school. Like
Yeah.
I'm doing something at Cody tomorrow, a little fashion show that they're doing tomorrow.
that's
And I
nice.
dressed all the young athletes who are 3.5s and up.
Yeah.
So we're going to dress them and do this fashion show, and I'm going to shoot from there and do Live in the D on WDIV
You're
tomorrow.
gonna have to. That's good, man. That's very nice, man.
Yeah, man, look.
You're gonna have to do something for all the high schools.
I would love to do that. Look, to
do it
take,
down at the Considine.
I would love to do that. To take T Will's term, if not us, then who? I
Right.
love that term, man. I'm like, I say get involved all the time, but I like that one too.
Right.
So yeah, I would love to do that, especially young dudes that are working hard in the class. You want to bless them and you want to make them look good.
You want to bless them, man, and give them ideas and things they can do besides athletes, rapping.
100%, yeah. Put that confidence in them.
Yeah.
You take that mentality, man, and tweak it with just a couple of words, some encouragement. Let them know how proud you are. They love it, Twan. That's one way, like you mentioned earlier. You want to get the violence out of this thing and the guns. Those young dudes would love to talk to you. They would. I love talking to them.
I love talking to them.
especially when they know your story. You know, sometimes they don't know who you are and what you've done, and when you tell them, like, what? And I
It
love for them to
blows they
understand. It
mind.
blow their mind.
Yeah,
And when you do that, they see themselves in you, and they say, "Yo, I could do that."
Yeah.
And
There
I
you go.
love that, man. So I love the
That's what
opportunity
I
to speak
love.
to them. Yeah.
Man, and seeing guys, man, like coming through and graduating and just being good citizens, working good job,
Yeah.
good family, man, having an education, That's how we build our communities back.
That's how we build it, man. Hey, but it takes us to actually be involved. We have to be present. They have to see you. They have to see themselves in you.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, that's why I look at the Wards and I look at the T. Wills and I look at the DCs and I look at the Willie Birds and I look at the U's and y'all still doing it.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm on that grind right now and I peek out every now and then to help when I can. But I want to be right here doing all the things that we're talking about. And I'm going to do it. It's just a matter of, when. I can see it. I can see it right now.
Yeah, you've been
Building.
climbing and working, man, and since I've been doing this since 2000.
Yeah, man.
You've been grinding since 2003.
Ooh. So look, I tell people all the time, they say, when did you start this? And I say, there's two answers to that. Technically, I started in 87 when I first went overseas, when I was living in Japan.
Right.
And then we, I had to do some jobs and get established a little bit. And then we went out and stepped out into the world and got back into it in 2003. So think about that. So that's when it really started.
Your designing started
In 1987.
in Japan. Now, what did you make? Shirts, shoes?
Oh man, shirts,
Suits?
shoes, jackets, vests, pants. I literally made everything. I had the gator top shoe with the suede around
With
it.
the suede,
I had the matching jacket and pants. All the things that Dapper Dan was doing, I was doing way back then.
Yeah.
So I made everything. I was literally designing everything that came into my head, and I was just getting it out. And that's really what my gift is, because I don't draw or sew. My gift is like fabrications. I can look at 1,000 swatches and remember 765 tied back in the swatch 8 and say, put those together and that's gonna make something hot. And that's my thing.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So that's my gift, man. Yeah.
Wow, that's your gift.
That's my gift, and I know it. And I walk in,
That's
and
hard to do.
it's hard for a lot of people to do, because a lot of people don't do it that way. But that's
How
my
can
thing.
You put it together like it just comes naturally.
It just comes natural. I always say, the big designer in the sky, God does it.
Okay.
And we can talk like we smart. We can talk like we smart as we think we are, but
That's a gift.
God don't need your help.
That's a
Yeah,
gift.
you ain't so smart, but he needs your help. So it's him.
Right. Yeah. he
And I tell
sent it
people,
to you.
he send it to me every single season. And you know what?
Wow.
Watch this. My biggest pain point with the brand being in the store, watch this problem. You're going to be like, what? My biggest pain point, it's a real problem, is that when my product hits the store, hits the floor, it sells too fast. So what that means is, why is that a problem? It's a problem because when it hits the floor, it starts selling real fast. You may go in and say, I want that piece, and your size is gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now how many times you gonna go back and say, before you say, oh, forget it, I ain't gonna buy this line, he never had my size. Whereas you get a Ralph Lauren, a Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, Michael Kors, DKNY, you sell your size, another one coming back. It's called replenishment. I'm fighting for replenishment like the big brands. So versus mine sell out is going into next season.
Right.
We need replenishment. So that's the opportunity for me to really push for, so that Taylor can go to that next level. And that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now where do you get them replenished at?
Well, no, that's a deal that you got to get with Macy's.
Oh,
Macy's
with
got to do that.
Macy's.
Now,
Okay.
Macy's is giving us love. They've been a great partner. They're growing the brand. But the next level is replenishment. You sell this, get another one on the floor, so you
Right
don't
away.
so you don't leave that money on the table. That customer doesn't leave upset because he couldn't get it. So that's my thing. We want replenishment back on the floor. So it's a huge commitment to do
Man,
that.
that's a lot to learn in business.
Oh, my God,
You're
man.
constantly learning. Huh?
Yeah, you constantly learning. You constantly learning how to navigate different problems, how to deal with it, and make sure you get to some type of a solution.
Solution.
You can tell me problems all day long, but until you have solutions, it means nothing.
It means
you better
nothing,
come with a solution. Don't even come to me with problems unless you got some type of solution to it or resolution to it. So, yeah, man, and all that comes from planning that PSL and dealing with some of the things you had to deal with.
Adversity
In the hood.
growing up
Adversity in the hood. Yeah, man. Yeah, staying out of stuff that you know you can get in easy.
Right.
Staying away from the fast dollar. Staying away from the young lady who may not be good for your friends that you really like, that you know doing some mess. Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. So
I agree.
Can't do it. I got some dudes that I love to death, but
Can't do
hey,
it.
bro, I can't do it, bro.
Can't do it, bro. Gotta stay away.
Can't do it, brother.
Yeah,
No,
I got
man.
some too still, man. I just can't do it.
Yeah, and it's cool because when you come from where I come from, a lot of times when they really respect you and they know you and they know they on some other stuff, they'll tell you, no, man, I'm good, man. I'm gonna stay over here for right now because I'm doing this. You going over there. They keep you away from it. And my guys have always protected me that way. So man.
And my guys too, man. They be like, you don't come around.
Yeah, you can't come around this, bro.
You
please
stay
don't
out
do
of
it.
trouble, you know. So I
Yeah.
like working with the kids, man. It make me, you know, I got kids work for the Pistons, kids work for Dan Gilbert.
Nice.
You know, that I don't help come to college, man. They call me Pops and stuff. I say, dang, I ain't that old.
Oh man, yo, hey yo, I always say, yo, when did you get your first? I got OG or I got Unc or I got OG. When you go to the court, I mean, I walked on that court one time, man. I was like, oh my God, and this was I was probably 30, so I was still hooping at 30-something, playing in the league with Doc and those guys. And I never forget one of these young dogs, yo, I got OG right here. And I'm, who you talking about? Damn. And so now I'm double OG. Now I'm double OG. I don't even mess around no more.
You Unc now, like me.
I'm Unc, double OG, man. Listen.
I just came from Vegas and I got on the plane and stuff, and my man was like, excuse me, Unc.
Yo.
I said, Unc, you look older than me. You know, he called me Unc.
Man.
You
Yo,
know,
man.
I started laughing to myself.
Man.
Hey, we Unc now, baby.
Oh, for sure. We for sure. We there. I embrace it, brother.
I like it.
I embrace it. You know, I feel good.
It,
I still feel good, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna run up and down that court, but I feel good.
Yeah.
You know.
Shit, I'm a grandfather. So.
Nice.
Hey, I love it, man. It's all right, man. I don't mind being Unc.
For sure.
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing, Twan, because the alternative is you ain't here no more. So that's my thing, man. And we have mutual friends that's going through things right now that you're like, yo, we got to start talking about health, mental health, physical health, all of that are things that are on the table that you talk to.
Yeah.
And the earlier you talk to these young cats, the better off they'll be.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Get up and work out, bro.
Because like you said, a lot of stuff we had to grow into to learn.
Yep.
And a lot of stuff we can share with them and they'll get it at an early age.
Yeah.
And that's the good thing, you know, that we can come back and talk, hey man, don't do this, don't do that. Take care of this, take care of that.
So I tell them, I say, yo, man, listen, you're going to hit some hurdles, man. You're going to hit that inevitable hurdle. But here's the thing. I've hit those hurdles, and I had to flip over and get my head bust to the white meat. Maybe you can hit that hurdle you're going to hit, maybe just skin your knee. Just listen to me a little bit.
Yeah.
There's more ways to skin a cat, but if you listen to what I'm saying,
Absolutely.
you know, I'm going to talk to you about credit. I'm going to talk to you about some of these women. I'm going to talk to you about how to avoid certain situations. And you're going to still do it your way. Y'all going to make dumb mistakes.
Yeah.
But having heard some of the things that we had to go through, maybe you won't, you know.
You won't make as many.
Or hurt yourself as bad. And that's what I always, you know, tell the young guy. Because I find myself not trying to convince the young dude that I really, literally come from where they come from, or worse. And they like, man, get out of here. I'm like, brother, I'm sitting here telling you, bro.
Man,
I'm telling you where I come from, and we go back and forth.
They wouldn't believe it.
They don't believe it.
And like you said, man, credit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
Our youth need to learn about credit.
Early.
You can have all the money in the world and you can't get nothing unless you use
Unless you
credit.
have some credit. You have to have some credit, man. So you have to protect it. And which means you can't do ridiculous things early to ruin it.
To ruin your credit.
And now you 30 and you got a 400 or 500 credit score and you can't do anything. And there's so many of us that have it. You can't get an apartment. You can't get a car.
You can't get a house.
You can't get a job sometime.
Yes.
Yeah,
They
so
look at your credit
They
score.
look at your credit score. So I talk to kids all the time about that. I talk to grown-ups about it. Yo, start working on it.
Because kids, what they do, you're in college and stuff, and you get graduate, they give you all these credit cards.
Now graduate, Twan, as soon as you walk through the door. Walk through the door, they give you a credit card.
Here you go.
Boom.
Take all these.
Hey, you charge the heck out of it.
Right. You're like, oh, nah, it's on mom and dad.
Nah, it's on mom and dad. Yeah, man.
Pay them bills for you. And you can't do it. Now you stuck. Like you say, credit is 560 and stuff.
Yeah, and some of them, it's not even on mom and daddy. The mom and daddy took the card and charged it up and didn't pay it. You know, my situation.
Yeah.
You know, they took mine. I want to take care of family. Y'all go ahead and go shopping. They shopped it up. Ain't none of them paid the damn card.
I ain't paid nothing back.
Yeah, no, I love them though, but I had to eat it. But yeah, I had. You said 560, 560. Yo, man, I was a grown man. I had a 560. I was a grown man. I had a 560. When I first, worked on it, man, and got it up. And when I saw a 750 or 8, I was so proud of it. So now I protect it with everything.
Yeah.
I protect it
Because
with
it is
everything. It is.
You can go get anything with
That's
it.
right. You can walk right in. Look, you can walk in and be real bold. When they say we want to run your credit, no. You can't run my credit. Don't pull my credit. I got an 800.
Right.
And they have to be, don't pull my credit and ding me.
Right.
And they won't, because they have to believe that.
Yeah,
they understand
have to believe it, man. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, man, it's interesting out there, man. But I love it, man. I love it. The Detroit thing, I bleed Detroit.
Yeah.
I bleed Cody Green, but I love that Southwest part of me that put all that in me to be able to matriculate through to these life lessons, man, and watching these men from afar. Like, I mean, I really did watch P. Dub from afar. I really watched Jim. I really did watch you. I really did watch all these guys and be like, yo, I'm taking this from him, I'm taking that from him, taking this from him, and put it all into me.
It was great coaches back then. Perry, man, I look at all the great things Jalen Rose is doing.
Superhero.
Yeah, give
He
it
really
up to Jalen Rose.
Man, he a superhero.
My little brother.
Look, man.
Doing it all.
I see Jay I don't even know if he remember, but I see him all the time and say, yo, man, I want him. Look, I want him and T. Will run for office one day. I think that's a party that could win just straight up for how people love him.
Yeah.
Those two,
Yeah. I mean,
they probably didn't want to do it, but I just think they could.
Just what Jalen doing, man. I mean, and he's there, man. He handled his career great. You know, Perry's mentoring, man. You know, you got Howard Isley.
Come on, man. Love him too. Love him too.
Rocky Moore.
All of
Bill
them.
Jones.
Love Bill.
It's just, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, y'all got a heck of a heritage, bro.
That's just some of the guys.
That's just some of them. I love all of them. Bates, all of them. Yeah.
Ed Benavidez.
All them dudes,
Ed
man.
does construction like and he's rich. He's
Nice,
doing
man.
Awesome, man.
That's crazy, dude.
I mean, Perry just mentioned.
He made some beasts. Men. And that's what he made, men. And I love it. And Fee did too. I just think Fee did too, but I just think
your coach did too?
He did too. We had some dudes doing some amazing. Look at Ernie, man. Ernie killing it.
Ernie's
killing
Ziegler.
it. By the way, giving up to the Ziegler family. Man, look.
The whole family.
Dude, just ever since before me and to recently, there's a Ziegler playing all the time somewhere.
Yes.
Hooping. You know, Neil was my year. Was my, and I'm like, damn.
Ernie
Them
was
dudes
my
had
year.
Zig. Zig's been playing forever. That family crazy with it.
And man, they were so good. My senior year, they had the best team in the city.
Oh yeah, they were tough.
They just wasn't together.
Yep, that's it. They just couldn't get it all the way together. And that's always been, you know, our back and forth and our thing. We had some dudes, man. It's just that we couldn't pull it together. We couldn't galvanize what we could. So I know that the program as a whole, he was so busy because Menifee was on the force. Did you know that? Menifee was on the police force. Did you know that?
And I didn't know.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, he was doing that. Then he had real estate and he was trying to coach us all. And he was more a baseball guy. People didn't know that. He was a baseball guy who got the basketball team and stuck with it and learned, you know, all these different things. But Eddie was a basketball guy.
was baseball too. So,
Really?
So maybe that's why they were so close.
Probably. And he is the person that put P-Dub on the selling candy. Did you know that?
Wow.
Because
man.
he
Give
used
it
to.
up to Coach Menifee.
He was making that money.
man.
He was making that money and buying us green Air Force Ones and buying us. We was geared
Y'all
up.
used to be
We was
sharp.
geared up. But yeah, man, and he taught me entrepreneurship. And I would get you could sell. You sell a box, and I think you keep like $2.50, $3, or you can eat it, or you keep the money.
Right.
And the faster you sell it, the more boxes you sell. Man, I was selling 4 or 5 boxes a day.
Wow.
Had me some money in my pocket, man.
Yeah,
and he was
you
looking at me
was
like,
making
damn,
money.
I was making money off those boxes of candy. But he was taking that money and putting it right, paying for all the leagues. We played 45 to 50 games every summer that he paid for off that money. We had transportation. We was in all the leagues. He bought us gear.
Wow.
And when I got those green Air Force Ones, I mean, think about it, they came out in the early 80s. Did you see some green
I
ones?
was the first one to wear Air Force.
Ooh-wee. They were
was
heavy
the
as heck, but they were
first one.
sweet.
I was the first one to wear Air Force One.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Air Force Ones versus the Concords that was hot, and then the patent leather joints that was hot. All those shoes were out
come
there,
on, man.
and they were all in the forms.
Yeah.
And the forms were out there. So yeah, those are all the dope shoes, and we had all of them, man. And those guys,
Basketball was really hot in Detroit then.
godly,
There was so many great players.
everywhere.
so many great.
Everywhere. You like, yo, I mean, whoever walked through the door. I mean, I ain't even mentioned big fella from Victor Alexander was over at Denby, I think. And the big fella from Redford. Desmond, I think, big boy, the 7-footer from Henry Ford.
Dang.
Think about that. I mean, these dudes, that was all over. And they're all head guards. They all head guards. You know, DC had 3 or 4 dudes on his team.
Yeah, he had some good guards.
Yeah, he had the guard, and he had another big dude over there that could play.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, them teams was tough, man.
Man, I know y'all was like, every night we got a challenge.
Every night. And I always laugh because we were ranked in the state, and we ranked number 23 or 24 in the state. I'll never forget. And they had the little blurb and say, Cody got a lot of talent over there. If they weren't in the PSL, we'd be ranking them higher. That's what they said.
Yeah,
we was in the PSL, but we was ranked. And there was only a few teams in the PSL that was ranked up there. So we was actually ranked, and it was like,
man, you named all them players, man. You took me back.
Think about that, yeah. All them dudes, man, all them dudes.
Took me back, man.
And then you had, the guys up in Flint. I know Jeff and all them dudes. Jeff Gray and all them guys was tough.
Glenn Rice.
They were on the same team. Glenn, Jeff, and Rising. And then the other dudes.
Yeah, Pendleton.
And Pendleton, all them dudes.
Andre Rising. Oh, my God.
T Green, all those guys, my people, man.
Yeah,
I love all those guys, man.
Yeah, I just had T on here last week.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Well, tell me, we get ready to go pretty soon, but tell me about your lovely wife, man.
Wow, man, my wife, she
Give it up to his wife.
Man, look.
For supporting him and being his backbone.
So people say, how long you been married? And I always come back with, not long enough. Because I wish somebody had shown me or told me earlier that that's what you should do earlier, probably about 10 years earlier.
10 years
man,
earlier.
I'm talking about smart, beautiful, the vice president at Stellantis. And it's not just because what she's doing, but she's smart, man, and she's real smart and real savvy and able to calm the storm when it's time to be calm. And she saved me a whole bunch of times from myself.
Yeah.
So you find a good one that's rocking with you and understand you and know how to allow you to maneuver and get out there and grind. You got something, and that you'll really blow up and blossom when you got a good one that's rocking with you. So shout out to her, man. Shout out to her, man. She got on the mic in New York, man. Her thing went viral. She got on the mic talking about the honor we just were given in New York, and man, killed it.
Killed it.
It's viral. It's all over the place.
It's
I'm like,
all
baby.
viral,
I said, babe, I can't afford you in terms to work for me, but we need you to get on the mic a little bit more, talk about Tayon, because when you do it, it's a little different.
Well, we can put this viral, man.
Oh man, check it out. You got it?
Hell yeah. We can put this viral.
Yeah.
Man, tell me if you could tell the people in 2 minutes what you want them to remember about you and your collection and your life and what you want to live and leave. Give us that.
Okay, so here's the thing, man. I tell people all the time, it's not even so much about my brand. The brand is cool. The brand, shop the brand. Don't shop the brand, but I prefer you do shop the brand because it is really authentically from Detroit. But more importantly, when people say, you only live once. No. You only die once. You live every day. So live every single day.
Amen.
Live every day. Be disciplined. Have fun. To the young people, you can be cool and get good grades at the same time. You can have fun and get good grades at the same time. Protect your brand. Enjoy yourself and get involved. Get involved meaning you want to lose weight, get involved. You want good grades, get involved. So I always say, get up, get dressed, get outside, get involved, man. Just do it. It's just a matter of doing it. You never lose until you quit. And all this stuff sounds like hyperbole, but it's real, man. I come from the number streets for real with a single mom and 3 sisters. And I just say, if you set your mind to it and you think it and you really are passionate about it, you just keep pushing towards it. You know how long I've been doing this, man. Look, they call me an emerging brand. It's funny to me because we've been in business over 20 plus years.
Yeah.
But that's real. You don't lose until you quit. Don't stop, and you'll find yourself in position to help and to do things and to pour into people. So that's my advice, man. You just gotta go after whatever it is you want, man, because you living, man. Don't forget to live. Don't work so hard trying to make a living that you forget to live. You gotta live.
Amen.
And why not live good?
Hey,
You know what I mean?
Yes, that's right. Hey, you living good.
Yeah, man.
And you helping the kids.
That's
man.
my thing, baby.
And
Love
I love that, man.
Love it, man.
Hey,
That's my
man,
thing.
thank you for coming on the show, man. It was a privilege and an honor, man, to have you on, man. I really enjoyed it.
Man.
It was so much fun.
I've been wanting to do this for a while, man, but the schedule didn't
Yeah,
align. And
you
you hit me
said-
up, and I said,
yeah.
Quan, I'm here. And I called you yesterday, like, yo, man, are we still on? So it was a good look. Of course, man. Yeah, man, this was an honor, man. People need to know. I know you want to do the humble thing, but they need to know your story, man. And I see things, and I talk to people, and I'm going to say this real quick before we go. There would not even be, and this came from his mouth, a Reggie Miller if not for this brother right here. People don't know that story. You probably didn't know that, did you? He said that because a certain person turned down that school, that scholarship opened up for Reggie Miller to go there and become who he became because of him. And it's that type of stuff that people need to know, and we need to keep echoing that so it doesn't get lost in the sauce, so that when you're talking to young people, they like, oh, okay, that ain't Unc.
Yeah.
Unc did some things. This is real. And he's right here, and we can touch him and feel him, and he's willing to pour into us. So I make sure these stories stay alive, man. When guys are trying to be all humble, I'm like, nope. I'm going to make sure they know. You know what I mean? I know.
I really appreciate
Oh, man, that's
that.
real, bro.
Yeah.
And then you always been a good dude.
Thank
You know,
you,
I got some stories I could tell. I won't tell on this mic. You remember the All-Star Weekend
We
I saw you down
gotta
there in
keep
Atlanta? All-Star Weekend in Atlanta. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
We had a blast,
Wee.
baby.
Yes,
man.
sir.
All-Star Weekend
In Atlanta, man. They
We had a blast.
Yes, sir.
Keep
Come
that
on,
one
man.
on them
We'll keep that. It's cool. It was all good. Nothing crazy,
Man,
but it was just a
nothing
good
crazy,
time, man.
but we
Young
had a
dudes
re-
enjoying themselves. That's all.
Excellent. All right, we gonna see y'all next week on the Judge and the Legend podcast. Hurry back, man. We miss you. Hurry back from China.
Yeah, it's Wednesday at 2 p.m. Time for the Judge Podcast. It's the Judge, the Legend. Let's have blast. We talking